Recession. Stock market chaos. Recession. Tariffs. Are we heading to recession?
Hello everyone. Are you also worried right now about all these terms like stock market crash, layoffs, recession because of Trump's tariff? Are you also in a dilemma? What will happen and how to protect yourself from being caught into recession? Or what to do if you get caught into this recession? Let's deep dive into this video and understand the current market scenario. I will also provide some tips on how to protect yourself from being caught into recession and what to do if you are caught into recession. Welcome back to Canada Dreams. Now, I am also worried about all these terms as much as you are. So, I have researched into this, watched some news, understood the current market scenario, which I will explain in this video, along with what is recession, how does it affect you. I will also explain what measures to take during this to stay protected by recession. So, let's first see this video when Trump was asked about the recession.
But are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. Of course you hesitate. Who knows? All I know is this. We're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money. I'm telling you, you just watch.
He simply called it as a transition period and ruled out about recession and answered smartly and ignored the term recession, but the stock market fell rapidly. Beginning of this week, $1 trillion was wiped out due to this stock market collapse. But now, on March 12, he was seen with Elon Musk for Tesla shopping, and he said this.
Comments the other day not ruling out a potential recession seemed to rattle the stock markets. The Commerce Secretary said there wouldn't be one.
Boom. Just so you know.
Just specifically on the recession.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think there will be a recession?
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom. But as I said, I can do it the easy way or the hard way. The hard way to do it is exactly what I'm doing, but the results are going to be 20 times greater.
Mr. President, you asked...
And remember, Trump is always right?
It's a complete U-turn and the market improved a bit. He said US economy will boom 20 times greater. What has changed? I believe it's the statement to improve the market. But experts are not convinced yet. And all this tariff chaos created is adding to uncertainty. US president keeps swinging between extremes. Let's understand the word recession. The word recession seems to be popping up a lot lately. Economic uncertainty stemming from President Donald Trump's tariff on Canada, Mexico, and China have fueled the biggest stock market sell-off in years, and now some economists are putting the likelihood of entering a recession by next year between 20% to 40%. Analysts at Goldman Sachs said on Friday that the chances of a US recession had increased from 15% to 20% as it revised its forecast to incorporate higher tariffs and inflation alongside a hit to gross domestic product and employment. Morgan Stanley cut its 2025 GDP growth forecast from 1.9% to 1.5%. Now, as per Reuters poll from US, Mexico, and Canada, 95% of economists from their respective countries predicted risk of recession is high due to Trump's tariff in their respective countries. This topic is clearly on people's mind. Google Trend data shows recession searches were recently up 1200% in the United States. And in this video, I am going to answer these three most searched questions. What is recession? How does a recession impact the average person like you and me? And how to protect yourself from recession? So while there is no single universally accepted definition, 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth is widely considered as a recession. The National Bureau of Economic Research determines when the US economy is in a recession based on a number of factors including economic growth, employment, industrial production, consumer spending, and retail sales. Recessions are typically marked by significant decline in economic activity accompanied by rising unemployment. They tend to be cyclical, historically occurring every 6 to 7 years. The US had total 14 official recessions since the Great Depression of 1929. In the most recent recession was also the shortest on the record, which is COVID-19 recession of 2020. It just lasted 2 months from February to March. And prior to that, the Great Recessions of 2007 lasted 18 months and was triggered by subprime mortgage crisis in the housing market. Now, how does a recession impact the average person like you and me? One unfortunate byproduct of a recession is that millions of people often lose their jobs. As spending by consumers and businesses slow down, the economy shrinks and businesses tighten their belts, slashing budgets and laying off workers. So as you see, the higher goods prices, the less consumer spending, decline in manufacturing and production, more layoffs, high inflation, less credibility and loan approvals, stock market crash or slower growth of the economy. For those who have a job, many lose their bargaining power during a recession. Boss freezes pay rises, eliminate bonuses, and become strict about their flexible work schedule. Access to the credit can be also impacted by recession. Lenders may be less willing to give out the loans when the job security is not there. Even if someone has income support to a loan, lenders may be more heavily scrutinizing financials, credit history, and a credit score. Recessions also tend to have a negative impact on the stock market, denting many investors' portfolio. As you can see here, the S&P 500 fell down year to date 5% and month to date 6%. Dow Jones Industrial Average declined by 2.6% year to date and 5.49% month to date. The tax-savvy Nasdaq 100 posted its worst day since 2022, wiping out more than 1 trillion in the value. Nasdaq has fell around 10% month to date and 8% year to date. Investors sold their shares in the so-called Magnificent Seven: Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia, and Tesla. All of this happened because Trump slapped 25% tariff on imports from Mexico, Canada, and doubled the rate on Chinese goods to 20%, only to announce 2 days later that he would delay some Mexican and Canadian tariff hikes until April 2. Trump has also threatened to have a global regime of reciprocal tariffs. Every country will face the same levy it chooses to impose on US goods from April 2. A 25% tariff impose started on steels and aluminum from March 12. Now, how to prepare for recession then? So first of all, have an emergency fund. So layoffs often occur during recessions. Ensure that you have enough emergency fund, and it is always recommended to have at least 6 to 12 months of emergency funds in recession without touching your investment or retirement fund. Tip number 2 is live within your means reduce unnecessary spending. Review your budget, especially your needs and wants, and separate your needs from wants. Cut down the non-essential items like unnecessary subscription, eating out, vacation trips, and postpone any large purchase if necessary. The tip number 3 is pay down your debt. Focus on high interest debt and pay down high interest debt first. If you cannot pay it fully, ensure that you are paying the debt on time. Reduce the credit card spendings and ensure all payments are getting paid on time. This will keep your credit score high, and people with excellent credit will have the best chances to get approved. Now, tip number 4, find extra income and enhance your resume. You need to become more hireable. Learn a new skill, enhance your profile, enhance your resume, build your portfolio, and also find an extra income source that can help you to recover quickly from the recession. And lastly, invest for long term and diversify your investments. So it is very important to have enough emergency funds first. Once you have it, then only invest for the long term, at least for more than 5 to 10 years. If you are about to retire, I would say keep the liquid money. But If you have more than 10 years for retirement, then this is the good time to invest since you are getting good stocks and ETFs in discounted price. If you are a regular investor, then I would suggest to break it down your investments into daily or weekly investment by investing the same amount. For example, if you are investing $1,000 bi-weekly, then break it down to $100 daily or $200 every other day to take advantage of the market. And this will keep you to do dollar cost average. Even be sure to diversify your portfolio in the different segments and even stock versus bond market too. Now, as per my take, it's way too early to say economy is going into recession. A deep downturn is typically marked by mass job loss, bankruptcies, and foreclosures. Tariffs have two effects. One, they push up the prices and they push down the growth. On the other way, for the United States, the employment rate remains low at 4.1%. The economy added more jobs in February for the 50th month in a row, the second longest period of uninterrupted growth in the modern history. But we need to be prepared for the worst, so be sure to follow the tips. Thank you for watching the video, and if you like this video, then hit the like button, subscribe my channel, and ring the bell icon for more amazing contents. Thank you so much.